on me. I wanted to say thank you to everybody, but let's see if it all comes back. Not looking good. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Who knows if it'll come back? Oh no, I hope it comes back. I'll be so bummed. Did it come back yet? I don't see anybody on here. So we got one on here. Let's see if we can get some more, because our live went down. I don't know why it went out. Probably because I walked too far from the. Maybe because I walked too far away. All right, loyal fan. All right. I'm back. Hey, thank you again for that. I appreciate that. I was saying, I don't know if he caught it or not, but that's what I think when it went down. But again, thank you so much, and thank you for all the love from Greece. I got the Greeks in the house. So yeah, I'm turning on some chargers here, and yeah, I got inside, and it's like it's gone. I see you all the way from Michigan, and I've said that. My grandparents, the ones that came over on the boat from Greece, I guess. So I was always wondering, because I lived on a Greek island, and a really nice Greek island, my great-grandparents did. And I always wondered, I go, why did they leave Greece? You know, why would they jump on a boat with their kids and roll over here? And then I found out why. They said it was those things called Nazis. I guess in World War One, and I don't know if they were the Nazis then, but I guess in World War One they were destroying a lot of Greece, and it was a big problem. So he came over here, his family, and they all got over here. So kind of cool. And again, loyal Honda fan, thank you again so much for that. I appreciate that. Let's see, and that just helps for car parts. Car parts. Let's see, Briggsmaster comment, Patine. All right, I see your comments there, Briggsmaster. And then, so I was getting back to it. When they come over here, they went to Greece. They went to Detroit, Michigan. That's where they lived. So that's where my mom's from and all that. So I am not from there. I'm from Sacramento, California. No problem. I saw you liked it. Ha ha ha. Yeah. I did love it. I loved it. So thank you again. Let's see here. It must have lost service when I got out to the goats. Did you guys see the goats? Because I got out there is when I think it went down. Seen you all the way from Michigan. No problem. I see you liked it. Okay, that's cool. I think you need some more parts from Napa. So I was talking about the Napa guy earlier, the kid from Napa. I don't know his name, but you mean these kind of parts right here? So that's my new favorite place, Napa in Lewiston, Idaho. And I don't know the kid's name, but he's a solid, big, strapping kid. Looks like he can throw the baseball 100 freaking miles an hour. And I hope that's who it is. I hope that's exactly who it is, because I will be back. In fact, I need to film it. You gonna let me film coming in and then put it on my videos? Just let me know. They run away from the troubles. Yeah, they did. They did. So, indeed, kind sir, okay. I am the guy that's been helping you at Napa. You're the man. I talk about you a lot on these lives. I've talked about you a bunch. So, again, I appreciate your help. And I've been telling everybody you're the guy. I walk in, what do you need? What do you got? Boom, boom, on it. I mean, unbelievable. Compared to what some of the help you get at other places. I don't know if you've been to other places, but let's not talk bad about other people. But yeah, you're the man. Appreciate it. I'm going to come see you. So let me know if I can film you, because I'd love to film you. Because they got to know who the best parts guy around is. And you're the best parts guy. You got them beat. And then tell all your coworkers there, if they're watching right now, that you're the best. Say Jimmy James Garage says, I am the best. Just tell them that. And if they don't like it, tell them they're just going to have to step up their game. Briggsmaster, that's why my material grandmother came here. Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened. I think that those other countries, they were in bad shape. Hello. So I got Marcelo. Hello, Marcelo. Loyal Honda. Yeah, the goats were nice and healthy. You take good care of them. We do. We actually take great care of all of our animals. Our animals are taken care of better than we take care of ourselves, I think. A lot of people don't take care of their animals. I didn't know that. I'm kind of learning that man, I mean, some of these things that we've encountered, I'm like, and my buddy says, yeah, you're learning quickly that we take better care of animals than 90% of the people out there. They all claim to be animal lovers, and I'm a rancher, and I'm a this, and I'm a la la la. And most of the time they're just using these animals for what they can get out of them. We're not like that. We're never going to be like that. I refuse to be like that. I'm not perfect by no means, and we've definitely had animal troubles, but it ain't for lack of care or lack of trying. And I'll never be neglecting them or anything like that. That's just not us. Let's see. Yes, my name is Dylan. All right, Dylan. All right, yes means you're going to be on there. And then, hey, Dylan, also, make sure you tell all those guys that you're a better parts guy than they are. Just so they know, Jimmy James Garage, you got the endorsement of Jimmy James Garage. Like that means something. Let's see here. We absolutely will. Let us know. I will let you know for sure. What are you building in your garage? I am first time here. Okay, so I'll show you. I love showing my stuff off. So here's how this all started. Let me give you a plan how this channel started and how it become popular and become monetized and all that. I did a video about this car right here. This is my 56 Chevy Handyman two-door wagon. They used to call it a Nomad, and we nicknamed it an Automat. It had little Ron Swanson on the side of it. Very popular car, original paint. I polished it up, put it on airbags, laid it on the ground, and that's not laid on the ground there. It was just sitting up there, but become real popular. I've had people draw cartoon characters for it and all that. My buddy Chris Henry and I go to these car shows together, and we get a stack. And this is one of the ones that I'm pretty proud of right here. That's an actual Hot Nights in Reno trophy that car won. It won Lewiston Hot Nights. It's won countless of them. They're all kind of stacked in here. But popular car. So I decided that since it was done, and I did that video and it blew up on me, and I had a bunch of videos and I was doing it for my grandkids, just kind of showing what I do. I decided to sell it and fund a couple projects. This is my 55 Chevy. If you go to my channel, I did a video about it and the origins and it's called The One That Got Away. Kind of talks about me and my first car at 15 years old and has something to do with this, but it's not the same car. I don't want to kid you. Then when I sold the 56, I already had in mind to buy back a Pontiac Safari that I had before, and this is the Safari. So these Safaris are pretty rare cars. They're more rare than a Nomad. They're built by Pontiac. They're in the same factory, the same Fisher body plant that builds Nomads. They build them on the same assembly line that they put these together on. Made by Pontiac. Very few of them left in the world. I think they made 4,000 of them total. This is one of 302 left, is what I understand. I'm no expert in those numbers. I'm just what I've been told. So that was going to be the next project. But that being said, I had my eye on this car for the last few years. My son had sent me pictures of it. So this car skipped ahead of it. This is a 1952 Chevrolet, original paint car. Been sitting for a while. It's called the Next to the Barn Find. We're actually on our channel right now. I dropped a video today on, we're going to give it a name. So if you guys are watching, listening, go there. And then let's hear some names. If you like a name you see on there, say you like it, that kind of stuff. And that's what we're going to name this thing. We've had a couple good ones on this live today that are just funnier than hell. So, but we got the motor in here. Just pulled the carburetor off because I had it to kick over and start. It was froze up, and that's the first goal, is to get it to start. But this is a very sweet car. It doesn't have any real dents in it. 10,000 original mile car with the original interior and seat. It's falling apart. You can see where I tried to vacuum it. It's the upholstery come apart. And even here it kind of ripped where I was, but original upholstery. A virtually rust-free car. It's got a couple holes in the floorboards of it, but nothing on the quarters, nothing down in any part of the car. I just started buffing the paint on this because I love patina that's been saved or buffed up. I just put these tires on We did it ourselves. My son and I did it here. We got a bubble balancer, and we have a tire machine and stuff like that. We're going to do the spare tires. The spare tire showed up. I'll put that in the trunk. So this kind of skipped ahead of that. That was supposed to be next. Somebody wrote in there about the wires on the earlier. I don't know if they're still there or not, but they says it gives them a heart attack because of all the wires. So that's an LS we're working on. It's going to go into one of these cars at some point. But we're wire looming it. We're putting all the new wire loom in it. We just use these zip ties as we delete stuff. And then we have the connectors up here. We go through and we delete which wires we don't. And then we're going to re-loom it. So it'll have a brand new loom on it, kind of like that there. And then we have an original Pontiac 287 that's never been bored or anything. It's in great shape. It's supposed to be for that with this overdrive transmission, because I have a 4L60E here. And I also have a 4L80E with a 6.0 in this truck. And that's the project we're selling parts off of. So I got it stripped apart, as you can see. So we stripped a couple trucks. And then there's my son's Buick. And then I also have a 60 Chevrolet that we are getting ready to put on the side of it. We're putting taps on it for beer truck, for weddings. And we already have an event in October, so I got to get that thing going. So, but it runs and drives. It just needs the taps installed. So that gives you kind of a rundown of what we're doing. Hope that answered all the question on that. And then yes, sir, my name is Dylan. Okay, absolutely, let us know. Okay, I will. What are you building? Okay, got that. What do you reckon about the film Alan Romas? Do you think it's rubbish? Never even seen it, never heard of it. We'd love for you to film. Man, I will film. All right, where are you? And then, see, that's the problem is if I get you guys on the camera, they might not like me anymore. So I got to be careful. I might have to blur your guys a little bit or, Photoshop it like with my face on it. No, I'm just kidding. So, yeah, I'd love to film. I'd love to have you guys on. That's awesome. Where are you from? So I am from north central Idaho, Cottonwood, Idaho. And then, but in Lewiston, Idaho is where my family lives, my sons live, my grandkids live. I shop there all the time, that kind of stuff. And that's what we were talking about with Dylan here. I bought all these parts from Dylan. So, carburetor rebuild kit. I got the floats out. I got it in the chem dip that he sold me. That stuff's heavy. But the carburetor's in there right now, soaking away. Woody Wood, shout out to a good parts guy. Is hard to find. So he's a phenomenal parts guy. Phenomenal. I mean, usually you say, I got a 1952 Chevy, and they melt. I'd walk in and go, hey, I have a 56 Chevrolet, and they would go, what is that? And I him, he didn't blink an eye. Okay. They got a book out. They just did whatever they needed to do. What do you need? Okay, what do you got? And everything I've bought so far been spot on. Yeah, he's awesome. He's freaking awesome. I hope his boss is watching, because those kind of employees are hard to come by, because I have owned businesses and I've had many employees, and a lot of employees suck. And so Dylan does not suck. I would, in fact, if I was Heights Butcher Shop, I'd be going to talking to Dylan. And they have a Dylan already working there. It's good too. So they need a couple Dylans. So anyways, that's a Heights Butcher Shop shout out. My son's own Heights Butcher Shop. Shout out to good parts guy, hard to find. Yep, Woody Wood, they are, no doubt. Love from Indian broth. All right, love from India. That's cool. I love that we had somebody Russian earlier, and I got a Greek, and I'm Greek, so it's kind of cool. I'm not really a Greek, I'm American, but my family came from Greece, so I want to make sure that's clear, because, just because I have Greek heritage doesn't make me, so much a Greek, other than I'm Greek, so that's what the DNA says anyways. Tyler Fisher, hi. Hey, Tyler, what's up? Can you please say my name, hey, Google, in the world to me? So Tyler Fisher says, can you please say my name, hey, Google, in the world to me? Tyler Fisher, hey, Google, in the world to me. How's that? I hope that worked. Dylan sounds like he's a lot better than the people we have at our Napa. Oh, so Dylan's great. I don't know about your Napa, but my Napa's got Dylan, so we're good. And loyal Honda fan. Oh, whoa. All right. Briggs Master, our local Napa employees could not find their ass if both hands and a flashlight. A lot of parts stores are that way. They're really, some of them are really rough. This guy and these guys here, I've been in there a few times, and no complaints by the other guys. They're all great. I've never had a one, and I think there's a nice young lady working there. I think she helped me last time I was there when Dylan wasn't there. Great, no problem at all. But he has just been a superstar. Mine either Briggs. That's Woody Wood. Had to hop on after Dylan showed me the live stream. This is Justin from the same Napa. It was a pleasure to work with you. Thank you, thank you. You guys are great. You guys are really good. And I told Dylan to tell everybody that he's better than you guys. So I'm just kidding. So you guys have all been excellent. You guys have been really, really good. And I think we're fortunate because I've been to other parts stores, obviously, because all my cars, and I've dealt with parts stores a lot. We're pretty fortunate to have you guys there. We're really fortunate. I have a local one here in Cottonwood. Those guys are awesome too. It's not a Napa, but they're a local car company and they are car parts guys, and they're good too. But you guys in Lewiston have been just really, really good. And so Dylan says I get to film next time I come and just let you guys know. So I can't wait to have you guys on here, which will be awesome. I just love that because all the car guys, you got to kind of stick together. Briggs Master, Woody Wood, thumbs up. Please hit the thumbs up because it looks like it's only showing one currently. That shows 7 now, but I had like 40 or 50 on the live before this, the one that dropped out. So I think we're good. I'm just doing this to connect, and I was out here only going to do this for a little bit, and here I've been on for a couple hours. So we lost you out there. Yep, I know. When I walked out to do the goats, all of a sudden it was gone, and I said, hey, and I saw you guys saying, hey, where'd you go? Where'd you go? But I tried everything, so I just had to restart it. Thanks for letting me know that, because I wouldn't have known otherwise. I was talking probably 2 or 3, 4 or 5 minutes, and I went, what do you mean? We lost you. Where'd I go? And then somebody says, we can't hear you. Not in Michigan either. So it was like, so I figured it out. Thank you to you guys. Great to have the company to assist you with on your projects. As a matter of fact, we have already issued cars being produced at the 2000s. Great to have the company to assist you with your project. Yep, Napa, yep, okay. As a matter of fact, we have already issues with the cars being produced at the 2000. Yeah, I know, but they act like a 2002 is ancient. I mean, they had a 1952 rebuild kit. So pretty good. Bam! So not bad at all. Right here in Lewiston, Idaho, with old Justin and Dylan. So you're gonna have to show me which one you are, Justin. I saw you guys in there, lots of you guys, and you guys are all helping people and busy, and that's a great little thing. And then I don't know if you guys know this. Watch this. Watch this. Wait for it. Wait for it. A lit Napa sign, of course, with the vandals. But I have a lit clock. It come from a estate sale in Lewiston. My son picked it up the other day. Thought that was kind of cool. So I'm like a Napa fan. I'm like a hardcore Napa fan. Okay, yep. Let's see. It says, hi, I'm new. All right, thank you so much. Tagatha King, is that what that is? Thank you for coming on and joining us. We have a bunch of car people, and I get a lot of the same people over and over, which is awesome. And we chat and talk about different car stuff, and they give me ideas. So thank you for coming. Hope you do the whole like and subscribe thing and like my channel, and glad to see you here. And ask me any questions you want. Tommy says, send good wishes to my sister in the hospital, Gabe Itchies. All right, good wishes. Hospital's rough day in the hospital. I hope they're better. Let's see. Hello, just spread the word that God loves you. Okay, that's creed breaker. I'm glad he does. Sounds good to me. Because the alternative is not very good. You can't find any more parts for cars 2000, let alone the 50s, etc. And that's in Greece then? So you guys don't have a big... And what part of Greece are you from? That's what I was asking, I think, when it was off. So when I was offline, I was asking what part of Greece you were from. Let's get back, like those up. Don't forget to subscribe. Yes, thank you, Ashley. Thank you, thank you. And then, make sure you guys comment so I can go back and subscribe to your guys' stuff. And then Curly Mustache Guy is me. That sign is badass. It is pretty cool. So what happened is I bought, it was on Facebook a couple days ago. They have a bunch, so if you get a chance, go on Facebook, and they have, in Marketplace in Lewiston, they're doing an estate sale, and this guy has a ton of tools. And so I bought this cart with this little toolbox on it, and the cart is phenomenal. Oh, by the way, I bought that from Napa. But it's in great shape. And it's not a Harbor Freight cheesy one. It's kind of big red one, I think is what it is. It's got great rubber-sized wheels on it. It's got a neat little toolbox on the side of it, but it adjusts. And the reason I really wanted it is to put my camera on it. And then, of course, my tools. And if I ever get a lift in here, which I'm hoping my channel will support a lift at some point, that's my first goal. Anyways, go on to Facebook, and they're selling a bunch of tools. And then I noticed that they had... My son went there to pick up he's a mobile slaughterer guy in Lewiston. They own Heights Butcher Shop. And so he was down there working. I said, hey, go by and pick that up for me and I'll pay you some cash. And so he couldn't do it. So my oldest son, Hunter, went over there, the one that actually owns Heights. And he picked it up. And while he's there, he saw that sign. And he called me up and he says, hey, I think they have a sign there you'd want. So I picked that up. And then I also picked up this thing for my rags that I don't have to throw out in a bucket outside anymore. This conical gas thing. I think that's really cool. It needs to be cleaned out and stuff, but it's in good shape. And it's got the little foot thing. So you can open it and then close it and then it just pushes down. So I thought that was cool. Thought that was a really cool little find. But they had a bunch of tools on there. I'm kind of tapped out on tools. I got to buy more car parts from Napa. So that's where I'm at with that. But if you're looking for stuff like that, they have a whole garage full of stuff. And then, hey, I sold you that. You did. Dylan sold it to me. In fact, I ran right over and found it. Justin, curly mustache. Okay, did I give you the hat last time you were in? No, I did not get a hat. I did not. No hat. But I would probably wear it. See, I wear these hats because it was kind of a trend to be a little different. So I've been trying. So what I'm doing with my channel is give you a quick kind of update. I try to wear the same shirt when I'm on. I try to wear the same hat. People get on me because sometimes I have a mustache. I always have a mustache. Sometimes I have a goatee, sometimes I have a beard. I had a big curly mustache for a while. So a buddy of mine's been saying, you just keep your look the same so people recognize you. And so I've been kind of working on that. But I wear hats all the time. So, and I did not get a Napa hat. I would wear it proudly. Proudly. Okay, Dusty Country Grub, what's up? I'm back. I'm glad to hear you're back. You're always one of my favorites by far. Yeah, you know what? Go to jimmyjamesbbq at yahoo.com and then send me your email and I'll get a hold of you. And then I'll ask you about, because you were talking about the 4-speed 81 Camaro, right? Let's see here. Maybe Napa could sponsor you a lift. Maybe. There you go. Maybe Napa right here. Does Napa make lifts? That would be awesome. That's a good idea. I was born in northeast point in Greece. City name is Komamati. Currently, I live in Germany. Long story. Politics in Greece are out of their minds. Too much corruption and cartels. I've heard that because I said my cousin, they still go there to Greece all the time. They have a home there, and they're going there all the time. And they said it's difficult. They love it because it's probably one of the most beautiful places in the world. But yeah, I've heard that. That sucks. But so video, David Freiberger. I don't know. He messaged me. That's weird. I don't know. I bet it's not the same David Freiberger. I have a funny feeling it's not. Maybe it is. Who knows? Who knows? I think we're about the same age and run around kind of the same group, but I don't know him. So, well, I have a set on aside for you. Oh, yeah. I'm going to be in because I need more parts. You know it. And I got to film now. Now I got content. I love that kind of content. I love the interaction. I love this kind of stuff. It's kind of what my channel really is gravitated to because it's what I've done. It's kind of what I like to do. So very cool. Thank you. Thank you. Make Napa video and we can share it to them. Get you a sponsor. There you go, Ashley. Now Ashley's talking my talk. I appreciate that, Ashley. We mainly get parts there. I do too. I have a local guy here that we get stuff from because I'm a long ways from Napa. I think probably to that Napa, I'm probably 50 miles away to the closest Napa. I guess there's one in Grangeville, but I don't go Grangeville that direction very much, and that's probably at least 25 or 30 miles. So I live kind of in the middle of nowhere, but everything we do is in Lewiston, and so I always go to that Napa because they're not. How do I say it politically correct? They're not dumbasses. So yeah, and I enjoy to go in there. They're always polite and helpful. They got a lot of stuff. It's just everything about it I really like. So that's why I go there most of the time. Yes, I do, and that's why me and Justin are both watching you while working. Besides, is such a good vibe. That's good to hear. And I talked a little bit yesterday, Dylan, about baseball and stuff. Most of my friends know I was big into baseball as a kid, and I kind of grew out of it, kind of aged out of it. Did a bunch of baseball stuff, and I could just look at him and tell. I coached baseball, and that's probably where I was better. I always thought I was a pretty good baseball player, but I wasn't as physically and as able as a lot of some of these people. Some of these guys, they can do everything. I always had to use my brain a little bit to compete with them as a kid, and so it made me a better coach. And so when I started coaching my kids, I went 4 years without a loss. So I was kind of disliked at some events of baseball. I was pretty aggressive, and I could tell I'd draft Dylan in a second. I looked at him like, yeah, I'd pick him. And I even knew it. As soon as I looked at him like he pitches, I could just tell. And some people have it and they don't. And I learned that all the way from T-ball all the way to the pros. Some people can coach and some people can't. And just because you can play great don't mean you can be a great coach. Because I've seen a couple of these guys that were superstars that played in major leagues, and I coached against them, and God, they should have stuck to playing. And yeah, so I was big into baseball. I've been out of it for quite a few years now since my kids have grown. But baseball's always got a special place in me. It was always cars and baseball. In fact, I have a picture of me at 15 years old standing there in my baseball uniform when I played. And we didn't have travel teams back then. We had Legion Ball. And I played in the Legion League and standing in front of my car, ready to freaking hit. And then my car in the background behind me. So yeah, baseball and cars have always been kind of my thing, and that and deer hunting. I've always those are my three big things. Let's see here. The whole Europe, yeah, I guess it's probably a whole big mess there. I don't know. We're pretty fortunate here in north central Idaho. We don't have much political stuff, to be honest with you. It's pretty laid back. It's nobody bothers us. I don't bother them. So we're pretty fortunate that way. Yes, I do, Justin. Okay, Justin, got that already. Let's see. Can't wait for one of those hats, brother. So are you looking for one of these hats? Because I talked to her this morning about it. She's having difficulty locating the ones I like. She's going to get it. We're going to get it. So it's coming. And she asked me if I had a market for it because she thinks I do. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I have a market for it. Yeah, so we're right there. I had a couple sent to me. I didn't like them. I thought for sure I was into it. I thought, okay, got it. We got these hats. I put them on, and they were all kind of like, they almost sat almost like that. They were weird. They just didn't fit right. So we'll get it. We'll get it. Let's see. Hey, from El Paso. I need your opinion on removing the roof from my 56 handyman. I've never seen this done. Am I crazy or what? So here you go. I had a 56 Chevy Handyman, had it for a long time, just got rid of it. On bags, did the whole thing. I don't know if you've been watching here, but won a bunch of stuff, blah, blah, blah. I was that close last year of putting a sunroof in it, a full sunroof like a Volkswagen. And it goes all the way from the front, all the way to the back, and it curls up. They collapse up. You can find them in Los Angeles. I don't remember the exact name of the company, but it comes with almost like a tonneau cover. It comes with all the slides and all the stuff, and you got to cut it out. They come with a pattern. You cut it out. Pretty simple. And then they give you the brackets that go back in it. Now you got to redo the headliner. That's kind of an issue to fit underneath it. They say you can cut yours, retuck it. To me, with the bows and all that, that was going to be a difficult part of it. Or a lot of guys just leave the headliners out. But I would like it finished. But they sell it in different lengths. You can get it like half, quarter, 3/4. And I wanted that thing to slide all the way back like a Volkswagen. I thought that would be super cool. There is a one on, I think she's on TikTok. They have that on their 56 four-door wagon. So I don't know that you're crazy. I don't know. You can do it. If you like sunshine and like the open air, I get it. Mike Sue, NorCal in the house. What part of NorCal? Oh, Mike Sue. No, I know Mike Sue. What part? Let me guess. Anderson. Would that be a good guess? In the house. So Mike here, I think we drank beer together. In fact, Mike, I actually took a video of his Nova and his truck and his El Camino, and it was one of my biggest videos. So go tune into that. Mike has got a great, Mike and Sue have known them since high school. So I went to high school with them. So great people. I love them. So don't tell them. And we actually did, I don't know if Sue knows this, but I think Mike and I went and did burnouts in her Camaro one time when she was at work. That's a rumor, so I don't know. That's a weird rumor, but yeah, it's something to talk about, I guess. It's what us old car guys referred to as a bench racing, LOL. Yeah, no, there's a lot of bench racing going on. Indeed, let's see, the Loyal Honda. Indeed, like the other guys said, there's only one like on the channel. ATM might have frozen or something. Oh, okay. It could have. It's showing on mine, but again, I appreciate it. Just hit that like thing. That's cool. It always helps. And again, thanks again to Loyal Honda. He really helped me on more car parts. It doesn't show it up there what he helped, kind of right there, but he helped big time, and that's really, really cool. And I sure appreciate that. I'll be seeing Dylan at Napa with that. Yeah, that hat. Yep. Okay. Yep. I'll get that, Robert. I'm going to get that going. We're going to make it happen. Yeah, like a ragtop BMW. So I almost did it on my wagon. I was that close to pulling the trigger. The reason I didn't do it, I wasn't sure what was going to do the value. And at that point, channel thing was starting to take off and I knew I might sell it. I was going to do a video on it. I went back and forth it. But yeah, so I think that would be kind of cool. They're cool. I almost did it. Like I said, really close. I swiped the live and changed the status like 12. Now, yeah, I show 15. So, but perfect. That'll work. Yeah, deal with the Napa, ha ha ha. Yeah, the Napa's cool, and I'm going to wear the Napa hat. That's what's going to happen. Dylan's got me a Napa hat. Dylan and Justin there. That's pretty cool. Let's see. That was the reason. Okay, makes sense. I don't know if it updates all the time. I probably could swipe mine around, but I'm afraid it would knock it off. So yeah, that's what we did, Mike. We were working on some carburetors since you just joined us from NorCal, which I'll be seeing you for cool April nights. I am coming. I'll let you know about what we're going to do and all that. But yeah, so working on the old 52 Chevrolet. Any other projects are able to start? So, yeah, I think my 55 is not a project. It starts, and let's see here. It starts and runs. It's a running mobile. It's got a few little things I'm going to do to it before I get it back on the road this spring. The engine. Justin, hey Jimmy James, just let you know we have a poker run show in August. You should come and film. I absolutely will. No doubt about it. They're Justin, I will do it. All that. So I'd love to. Can't wait to do it. Keep in touch with me so I don't forget and make sure we get it done. And yeah, we do all that. I guess you do it probably during the hottest nights there. WTF Mike James. If anybody doesn't know, WTF Mike helped me get over the 1,000. He was the one. Him and Tulu and a classic car guy and a bunch of others. They Briggs and all those guys and Dusty Country Garage, all those guys. They all helped me get over that, and appreciate you popping in here. This is the second one I've done. The first one went out. I went out to show the goats and we lost. So we've been on here for quite a while. But let's see here. Honda wants to see an engines on these things. So let me show some engine stuff. So this is that 62 I'm working on right here. And that's the 216. We just pulled that carburetor off. It's in the chem tool from my favorite Napa. But that's the spare tire there. But that's the engine. The old 6-volt battery. Oh, it looks like it's got a little water coming out of it when I was charging it. Oh, that's cool. So yeah, we're jumping it to 6 volts and then running the 12 volt to here to get it to crank over, but we're kind of at a standstill. There's the 4L60E that's going to go on one of these, but here's the 55. This has got a stroker motor in it. This car runs high 11s, 160 foot times. It gets it. There's no doubt about it. It really, not a ton of horsepower. It's got a full roller cam, aluminum heads, and electric water pump, big headers on it, cutouts, MSD box, and a big Holly XP on there. This thing can tell you 0 to about 60 miles an hour. There ain't much going to hang with it. It got the 411. It runs 160 foot times. So I got a wideband O2 sensor on it. And so it's dialed in pretty good. It's got Mickey Thompson's on it. It has the 411s with a Ford 9-inch in the rear with those Mickeys on there, the 275. Street slicks on it. It's got not much inside. It's got a shifter and, it's basically stock in here. It's got lap belts and stuff. It has a battery in the trunk, just your basic stuff. It has some Kragers on it, which people are going, those aren't Kragers, but those are Kragers. Those are the Bob Glidden Kragers. So Bob Glidden was into Kragers and he was sponsored by them. They come out with a Bob Glidden drag Krager, and at some point somebody put them on. I didn't put them on. They were on this like when we got the car. But yeah, that's a stroker motor. It's probably about 500 horsepower. It's nothing crazy. And then there's no motor in that because the motor for that was right here. The heads are over there in the corner. And then there's the LS. And then we got another LS out in the truck. So, and then my tap truck that we're going to use for events, we're going to put beer taps and regular drinking taps on the side of it. It's got a 283 in it. But it's got a stock 283. But it's right there. I don't want to go out here too far and lose internet again. And then that's a 322 nail head in that, but there's a 6.0 in that truck. We just haven't pulled it yet. It's sitting right there, all covered up. And there's our pile going to the dump. My wife's about ready to shoot us because we have more junk out there than we usually do. So yeah, there goes for engine wise. So let's see. Hey man, I might be a Honda guy, but the content of the channel a must have. Okay, so loyal Honda fan, I've owned Hondas. I've owned many Hondas. Just don't have a Honda currently. I drive a Toyota, so I drive a Toyota Tundra, and my wife's had a bunch of Hondas. We've had a lot of Hondas, a ton of Honda motorcycles and three-wheelers and quads and things like that. I currently have a Can-Am, but yeah, I definitely like them Hondas. Let's see, WTF Mike, is it James or Jimmy you prefer? I don't really have a preference. It's not. I don't go by James at all. My legal name is James, but a lot of my friends call me Jimmy. My dad was a Jim also, so he was. So Jimmy's probably it. Jim or Jimmy is mostly what people call me. People that don't know me call me James because that's legally what my name was. So that's why we did Jimmy James. So I used to work with some guys, and somebody was calling me James one time, and then somebody said Jimmy, and they started saying Jimmy James, Jimmy James, Jimmy James. It just kind of stuck. Let's see here. WTF, Mike, I'll bring the Camaro over. We'll line them up anytime. I would love to do that. Little 283 is the 4.3 liter V8, right? Yeah, I think that's what it is. 283 on the liters, I think. Liters, I know 5.7 is 350 and 5.0 is the 305 and 302. I know that, but I thought it was 4.8 was 283. Could be 4.3. I don't know. There's a conversion at so many cubic inches per liter. At one time I knew that. Yeah, that's way past. I only have so much. So my brain's like a computer. It only has so much. And then it's like, and I don't mean like a new computer. I mean like a compact Presario, the Commodore 64. I only get so much and then it crashes, or it downloads and gets rid of those kind of things. So that's how it kind of rolls. But yes, I would love to line up the 55 against the Camaro. I would have no problem with anything side by side with that. It has lined up against many. Oh, 4.6 for both. Yeah, that sounds about right. Let's see. Do you rebuild the projects as stock, or any of them get tuned up? So both. This car right here, I have that LS for it. So I have a 5.3 LS for it and an automatic overdrive transmission. This thing's so close to running, I'm going to get it running, and it's going to be bone stock. I'm going to drive it for a little while, see if I like it. And then if it doesn't like it, then something else is going in there. And yeah, so I've gone, my 56 that I just sold, I've been talking so much about. It had a dual quad, 355 in it, and turbo 400, and big stall speed and all that. So yeah, I've done both. This is fun because it's all stock. I mean, it's just stock carburetor. It's just something I haven't done in a long time. So I worked at a car dealership, worked on a lot of stock stuff. But let's see here. Let's see. Yep, 283 is 4.3 from prehistoric times. LOL. I got a 283 right out there. Let's see. Mine's a 67, 427 cam and crank. That's cool. Used to run a Whipple supercharger. Couldn't keep it straight. So when I say I line up against everybody and anybody, that's where that 55 shines. That thing, the first 60 feet, first half track, first eighth mile, there ain't hardly a car that stayed with that thing. That thing runs 1.6 60 foot times, and it runs 1.6 driving out there. Yeah, there's a lot of 1 second 60 foot times. I run 1.3s, one that. They're not driving those cars out there. They're putting them on the trailer, bringing them out, that kind of stuff. That car runs, drives, starts right down the road, and it hooks like nobody's business. And my dad keeps telling me, hey, do a video on the CalTrack bars. Because those CalTrack bars on that car made it hook just like glue. And with the 4,500 stall in it and the 411s and that much traction, it embarrasses people. I'll be honest with you. You hit it, and it blurs you. It hits so hard. But it just doesn't have that much horsepower. It's just not, it's a 383 small block with just basic stuff in it. It's got good stuff. I'm not saying it doesn't, but it's not radical. It's not over the top. It has good compression. It has a great roller cam in it. It's got great ported heads on it. Has all those things. But is it turbocharged or blown or any of that stuff? Nope. Is it got nitrous? No. It's just good, solid, naturally aspirated car that you can drive anywhere. So it's a little slow on the freeway with the 411s. You're about 55, 60, but it probably could use a better gear in it. I don't think it would hurt it much. I think it would give it more on top, because it definitely lays down on top. It's kind of done. It's done at about 3/4 of the way down. Tim Yonkers, what's the dimension shop? 45 by 40. And then I also have a oversized garage where I keep my wife's car and my truck in. So this is all just play shop. And then we also have a side barn on this that's 15 by 45. And then we have a hay barn that the horses are in, and we have hay in. So, yeah, mine's a daily driver like yours. Don't much leave the garage. Yeah, mine used to drive a lot, and I don't drive it much anymore. So, I'd love to see the CalTrack setup. are they adjustable and don't know much about them. So fully adjustable, they're freaking badass. I built one on a 55 Chevy I had years ago, and looked at it, went on the internet and got plans for it. I had a plasma cutter in a little shop I had, and we cut them out and built our own with some stainless steel tubing, and they worked. Then I was like, oh my, this car couldn't hook up. And it had a 377 stroker motor in it. It was substantially more power than that car, and it really didn't hook up. Put the CalTrack bars on it, and it almost hooked up. But it didn't have good enough tires. It didn't have the Mickey Thompsons on it. Otherwise, I think it would have stuck. But basically what they are, they come off the bottom. Let me see here. So the bottom of your springs, like a traction bar, a traction bar goes up and slaps, just like so. What they do is they go a little farther, and they go into where the eyelid of the spring is, which would be like up here. And then the bar comes off the bottom, it hinges, and it pushes down on the spring. So when it does, as it lifts, it also lifts and pushes, and it causes the tire to plant. And it's adjustable. So if you get a car going one way or the other, spin a little bit more, you can put a little more preload on one side or the other. It's been a long time since I adjusted those because they work, and I haven't touched them in years. I didn't touch the other ones much. I've had them on 3 sets of cars. I had a Nova with them on too. Those were all bought CalTrack bars. These are bought, but it just has like a triangle plate basically. And what the bar does is as it pushes, it rotates, and it puts another bar on the top of the spring. So what it does, it creates almost like a 4-link. So when it hits, it can't turn anymore. So what does it do? It goes straight down. That's basically the principle of it. And you'll see the cars almost kind of lift because of the down pressure on them. They work really, really well. It's almost 2 a.m. here. Oh, wow. Keep up the cool live Vive videos so we can see the progress. We'll hit the bell, notifications, take care. Thank you so much. Sorry it's so late there. I'm glad you liked and subscribed. Keep commenting and show me what you got out there and tell me what you got. And love to keep chatting with you. And way to go, Greek guy. All right. Let's see. That's cool. Thanks for the education. Yeah, they're cool. And I'm going to do a video on them. So my dad keeps on. He's like, hey, do a video on the CalTrack bars. Most people don't know what they are. Drag racing world, a lot of guys know it, obviously. It's real popular there, but they're great for street cars. I mean, they work good. They plant that tire. They plant the crap out of it. It's just kind of a old traction bar, slapper bar on steroids. Just come up and just kind of holding it and hoping it all rotates. It actually forces it. So what is it called? It's called CalTrack bars. CL track bars. And they're called Calvert. A lot of them because the guy was named Calvert is what his name was. But they work phenomenal. And if you go to a lot of drag races, everybody runs them. If you run a Leaf Spring car, they're all running them. 2,000 on the 81 command sounds like a good deal. So definitely sounds good. So if anybody's on here right now and you want a Camaro with a 4-speed on it, Push Rock Garage, you got one. He's got one. So who doesn't need a 4-speed car? Oh, I was microwaving corn dogs. I missed it. Yeah, I know them. Yep. Well, these corn dogs, yeah. So we love corn dogs. I don't know if my cousin's on watching. I don't want to say corn dog. We used to call him corn dog. He used to get mad. We used to always we still mess with him. He still gets mad. It's so funny. Johnny Verb Sr. I don't know what that means or who that is. So you have to fill me in there on Johnny Verb Sr. All right, well, it's almost 2, really? Wow, okay then, thanks. Really? Wow, okay then, thanks. What did we miss? Lucifer's Hot Rods, what did we miss? It says, really what? Really? What did I miss? Oh, right here. Give me your top 5 car-related things you're most thankful for. That's a good one. Okay. I asked you a question. Okay, I missed it. Sorry about that. Sorry. I apologize. So let me go back to it. Give me your top 5 car-related things you're most thankful for. Okay, number one, the community of it. That's the number one thing, and I don't think there's a 2 through 5 could actually compare. That it's what I've done for years. It's the people I hang out with. I don't know if you've looked at this. A lot of my people that are talking to me either know me personally prior to this or have met me through this and now are here all the time. And I always go to their lives as much as I possibly can, because sometimes you miss it. It just happens. It's human. But yeah, that's number one, is the connection with people. That's by far the best. Thankful for? I'm thankful for one of these. Didn't know I was thankful for it until later in life, but that. That's from General Motors. I was pretty fortunate to get a scholarship out of high school. They paid for all my automotive training. They paid for my AA degree, which is, people have BAs and masters and doctorates and all that stuff. But that's the start of what I got. And then, they paid for it all. Fell Pro Gaskets was a huge. They gave me a scholarship, and they gave me spending money for corn dogs, for whatever. I mean, I bought tires one year for, because I was commuting back and forth. That was a great thing. Another love of that was the dealership I ended up working for, the Growney Brothers, Growney Motors in Red Bluff. They employed me as a young kid, and they took care of me. And to this day, I still talk to them. Carmel was my boss. She's a great person. Talked to her last week, matter of fact. Just amazing. So that'd be number 2. Number 3, what am I grateful for? I'm grateful I like Chevrolets and Pontiacs. I'm real grateful for that, because if I liked Dodges or Plymouth or Chrysler or Studebakers, God, I'd be broke, because I do like that stuff. But luckily, I'm a Chevy guy or a GM guy, because the stuff's pretty available. So that is a big blessing. Where am I? Number 3, number 4. I'm grateful I have my kids are into cars and that kind of stuff. That's cool. Let's see, number 5. Let's go to number 5. What I'm grateful for? Number 5. That's a pretty good question. That's a hard time getting through it. I'm kind of running out of things. I'm grateful because what it's done for my channel. If I wasn't into cars, I wouldn't have this channel. I wouldn't have people asking me questions. So that's awesome. So sorry I missed your question the first round on that, but we got to it. Let's see. Macaron corn dogs. I already got that one really well. Thanks. Okay, asked you a question. Yep, got it. I hope I answered it. That is true. Yep. 4-barrel carbs, electronic ignition, pause traction, stall, torque converter, and roll cage in that order. That's all good stuff. So I have a Boss Hog converter in that 4,500 stalls. What that is, and I've had a bunch of Boss Hogs. I get kind of loyal when I get stuff that works really good. An old Boss Hog, Nelson over at Boss Hog Torque Converters, they are, I don't know, they've been awesome. So they're like that Napa in Lewiston with Dylan and Justin. They're just awesome. When they work, and when they do good, they do, and I stick with them. That's kind of my thing. So that yee mans, boopers, howdy, what's up? Oh man, I can't be friends with you. What? Why can't you be friends with me? I'm a big Chrysler guy. Oh, I worked at a Dodge dealership. So I worked for Chrysler for a while. So if that works, so you can be friends. I have lots of Dodge friends. They have to have Chevy friends. Got to have somebody to take them home when they're broke on the side of the road. So Chrysler guys have great tennis shoes and Chevy friends. So they can walk, and when the Chevy guy comes and gets them. Just joking. I like Chryslers. I don't have a problem with them. They're just expensive. They're really expensive. Let's see here. Thank you, sir. I'm an owner of a original 77 Trans Am, the Bandit. All right. He didn't say Bandit, but that's what I say when I hear Trans Am. That's still complete. It needs to be redone. I appreciate your time and your answer. Community is number one answer. Yeah, and that's the truth. That's what I'm sticking with. I have a Trans Am story. I was in high school. I was working at a Chevron in Anderson. It was a great job, pumping gas. Worked with my buddy Aaron there for a minute, and a guy named Cody, we worked there, and a couple of friends from school we worked with, and it was full service back then, and then I'm a gas jockey, changing tires. I closed the place by myself, changed stuffed the cash down the safe and checked the gas thing with a big stick to make, it almost looked like the stick to check the gas cans. And it was a great job. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Thought, man, I work at Chevron in 76 Cross Street, and Bartell Burgers is right there. I can get a Bartell burger. I can see my buddy right across the street. We're at the 76. I'm at Chevron. I mean, my boss's name was Pinky. Really? My boss's name Pinky? Could it get any better? I think not. The mechanic there, because we had mechanics there at the shop, he was a gruff guy. He was big and burly, and he was nice as hell. Super nice. And he had a black Trans Am, and I think it was an 80, I think is what it was. It had the square headlights. And he was making, I think, $5 or $6 an hour. And I thought, I'd be rich. If I can make $6 an hour working on cars and drive a black Trans Am and have a house like that guy, and a boss named Pinky, could it get any better? I think not. But then I worked for General Motors and went from there. But yeah, every time I think of Trans Am, I think of his car, because I remember being a kid looking at that Trans Am going, and it was only a few years old at that point, and it was black, and it was just freaking badass. So I've always loved the Trans Am, and who doesn't love Trans Am and Smokey and the Bandit and all that? Yeah, it's one of those movies you have to watch every year just because. Bloopers, he's like them all. He likes them all. I do like them all. Absolutely do like them all. Ashley is right. Lucifer Hot Rods, I subbed up. Woo! Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. That's a big, big deal to me, and I love that. That Yee man's Dodge Blue, my Dodges. So I love Dodges. So my son owns a Dodge. We call it a Dodge. It's a Ram, but he has a Cummins. He uses it 24/7. I joke with him all the time about his Dodge. If it goes to the gas station, I'm like, oh, what is it getting, like 3 miles a gallon? It's just a car thing. I have a buddy with a Mustang. I clown him all the time. So, yeah, it's just a thing we do. I think that's part of the car culture. As long as you're not being a dick. That's not my jam. Yes, and I did. So why I worked at the Dodge dealership is they hired a guy and paid him more money than me, and then we were down having a break, and he's asking what everybody getting paid, and I'm thinking, I've been there longer than everybody's sitting here, and I'm getting paid the least. And so I went and talked to the boss, the owner, who was an older gentleman, who I absolutely love, absolutely cherished him. I thought he was the greatest guy around, and still do. I mean, we had a bad day, and I went up and demanded him, and he looked at me and he went, "You're a kid. What are you talking to me?" And he's my grandparents' age at the time, and he wore a big cowboy hat. He's just a great dude. He was freaking phenomenal. And he's like, "Well, then go get another job if you don't like it." What he said. So I walked next door, and I had a good reputation of being a good worker. I walked next door and said, "I need a job." And they went, "When can you start?" I says, "Tomorrow?" And they went, "Okay." And I walked back in and said, "I got a job. I guess I'll leave tomorrow. Do you need any notice?" And he went, "Nope, bye." And then so I left. Went to where the Dodge dealership next door. They were great to me. But I'm a GM guy, GM trained, GM guy all the way. Had no problem with the Dodge, zero. And so a few months later, I run into his son at the fair, who is also the sales manager or service manager. And he says, "We really want you back. You want to come back?" And he did one of these. And I said, "Dude, I will." He goes, "We'll make all the pay fair. We're going to do all that. It's just an oversight. It wasn't a big deal. And you went storming up there, and you were kind of out of line. My dad was kind of out of line, and it just kind of went sideways." And I went, "I agree, totally agree. And I want to come back." And so I went and met with his dad, sat in this gentleman's office, and he's sitting there with his big white cowboy hat and his pearl buttons. And he's a very, very well put together guy. He's the kind of guy you want to look up to. And I felt kind of dumb sitting in there. And the first question I asked is, what happens if I say yes, I leave what I just left, who took care of me? I have to give him 2 weeks notice, and then I get over here and then you say you're fired. And he looked at me and he says, "That's a chance you got to take." And I went, Yeah, you're right. And he goes, I'm telling you as a man, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, I'm not going to try to blow smoke up your ass. I mean, the bottom line is you got to make that decision. I want you back. And as a man, face to face, that's not going to happen. But who's to say I don't? And I went, yeah, you're right. And he's like, I think I've earned respect over my years, and people respect me, and I'm not just not going to let some punk kid talk to me that way. And I went, you're right, because I wouldn't talk to my grandparents that way, or my dad that way, or my friends that way, let alone my boss, let alone you. And he agreed, and he went, let's just start over. He goes, I probably overreacted, you definitely overreacted, and it went sideways. And I went, yep, and had a little humble pie as I walked out of there. And 2 weeks later, I was working in there, and he walked down there, and I said, so is this the day? And he goes, nope, we're good. And tight as can be after that. Great, great dude. In fact, I used to go up and see him when he used to go chuck hunting. I left and went to another job, but another career, but it has nothing to do with that. Everything always worked good. And I'd go up there and see him, and they'd go up chuck hunting with his buddies, and I'd go up and have a beer with him. So he was a great guy, great, great guy. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh, man. Okay, then we got, are you single, daddy? Nope, I am not single. I have not been single for 33 years. I'd rather push my Chevy home than drive a Chrysler. Brig 63. Here we go. Let's see. Don't worry, Jimmy. We can't force them to be right. I know. They need the exercise. That's what it is. Look at me. I don't. You can tell I drive a Chevy because I don't have a flat belly. If I did, it would be like I'd be super strong for pushing the Dodge. Oh, let's see. I love Mopars. Yee yee. Mopar all the way. Let's see, Briggsmaster. As we mature, we appreciate all brands, even station wagons. If you would have told me in 1981 that your love would be a station wagon, I'd have said, you've lost your freaking mind. Now, I haven't gotten to four doors yet. I haven't gotten that far, but I do drive a four-door truck, which I would never drive one of those either. But so I could get into four doors. I don't know. Maybe not. But if it wasn't a Nova, if it wasn't a Camaro, if it wasn't a Nomad, well, Nomad was a station wagon, but a Willys, a Mustang, any of those two-door sport muscle cars, if you'd have said you want a 56 Chevy wagon, I'd have been like, no. But man, I love them. It's funny how it matures and tastes and all that. So I subbed a while back, man. Thank you. I really appreciate that there, Yee. I hope you enjoyed the content. Keep coming with the comments. I love this stuff. Educate me on the Mopar stuff because you're a Mopar guy. Because I'm not going to pretend I am. Even though I worked in a Dodge dealer, it didn't make me know all about the Hemi Cuda. So there's lots of things I don't know. I know as a kid, went to drag races with my dad, and our neighbor drove a Duster with a 340 in it, and that car embarrassed everybody. It was, they call it the drag pack or something like that he had with it. No radio, just bare bones car, and it freaking hauled ass. So as much as I joke around about the Chrysler products and the Fords and the Studebakers and all the rest of them, I'm not a hater, that's for sure. Mine is Sun-Faded Original, Buccaneer, red, black, interior, sunroof, Pontiac 400 Auto. I'm trying to think what it looks like, son. Let's see, it's mine is a Sun-Faded Original Buccaneer red. I'm thinking that's just a bright red. Black interior, I know what that is. Sunroof, Pontiac 400 Auto. So I know all about that part of it. It sounds cool. I mean, it's a 77 Firebird. When you talk a level of cool, it's 77 Firebird. I mean, Trans Am Firebird, you're kind of done talking at that point. Did this car have a fire chicken on the hood? Some of them did, some of them didn't. That was an option. I knew a guy that had one that he took the hood, took the sticker off. That was a big thing. Back then people pulled all the stickers off, pulled all the emblems off, body painted the trims, all that stuff. So I don't think that was a bird car, but I think it's an option. There was a time I knew that, but The big old bird on it's cool. As I'm here and sitting here looking at my old Hemi in my 41 Willys gasser. I've said it a million times. There ain't nothing cooler than a 41 Willys gasser. I don't care. It could have a Toyota Supra motor in it. It'd be cool. But it could have a straight 8 Buick in it. It would be cool. The 41 gasser, I don't know if you guys know it, but they're really cool. I have a 4-door 58 Bel Air, and my first car was a 57 Chevy 4-door station wagon with a big block in it. Yeah, but back then we had those cars because that's what we had to drive. I get that, but at that age, I had a lot of friends that had station wagons and had pickup truck long beds, and we just kind of didn't. We're like, that's all you drive. I don't know why you drive that kind of thing. Everybody wanted the Camaro. At least people I was around, that's what they wanted. They wanted the Chevelle. They wanted the Camaro. They wanted the Mustang. They wanted the Cuda. Yeah, it was just more of a. It really kind of was. And Briggs Master, maybe you're ahead of your time. I mean, because a lot of people turn their nose up to the 4-doors and the wagons. They really did. And also, Briggs Master, while you're on here, Rob Williams, that was been typing in on here. He sent me a 58 Chevy wagon today, and it's a pretty clean car. It's not rotted out at all. It's a pretty clean one. It's a really clean one. Matt B. All I got is Matt B. I don't have a comment, so. All right, well, do the old like, subscribe, the tap button, and appreciate all you guys. I was only going to do this for a little while, and I've been on here for a couple hours again because you guys are unbelievable. I got a little emoji thing for Matt B. So I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. We'll see you on the next round. Go look at my video. Name that car. Name that car. Go to that. We're going to name that car. So go to the video and name it. Give me a name. We've got some great names. Patina and all that. P-Tina. And yeah, awesome, awesome, awesome. So we'll see you over there right now. Peace out. Thanks again. Go Mopar. Go Dodge. Go Chevy. Go 4-door. All of them. Ashley, thanks again for all your support. Let's see. See you, Jimmy. Have fun with the grandkids. Oh, I'm going to have fun. You ought to see my grandkids. They're a kick. My wife's probably up there pulling her hair out. They go crazy. Let's see. See you, everybody. See ya. Peace out. Bye. Bye, Lucifer Hot Rods. Matt B. Unsubscribing. Okay, bye. See you, Matt. Unsubscribe it. Take off. Bye. If you don't want to be part of it, nobody's forcing you. I'm all good with it. Wish you the best. Good luck. See ya. Have fun, everybody. Bye, 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 bye. 82 Matt yelling with the car. There you go. Everybody have an awesome evening. Matt B has got a bunch of mad things at me. He's growling at me. You're unsubscribed. Go. You don't have to subscribe. Only the cool kids do. It's all good. It's all good. Old Greenie, that's the next one. I'm seeing them as they're popping up. People are going there. Okay, I got to go. Peace out.